What's going on, everyone? This is Dom, and yeah, that wasn't clickbait. So this is the Alcatel Go Flip 3, and yes, it is a flip phone that exists in 2019. This, remember that? If any of you are old enough to remember this, I just dropped it, but you know what? It's completely fine because this thing is a freaking tank. So yes, I used this for a week, and you know, I couldn't like fully devote myself to this 100% because I do need certain technology that doesn't exist on this phone to do my job, but I gave it as much time as humanly possible. And you know what? The time that I did give it, wow, so much less stress in my life having something like this versus like a standard smartphone. So let me break it down for you. So this is what I would call a smart flip phone, being that it has, well, it has Google Assistant, it has Google Maps, it has YouTube, I have Twitter on there. I actually have tweeted from this phone using T9 texting. Yes, T9, do you guys remember that? It's still amazing. Like, you remember being in school under your desk, T9 texting on your Nokia or whatever? You guys, I'm sure everybody remembered those times. And this has T9 texting, and boy, my goodness, ooh, is it a good feeling. But let's get back to the smart flip phone aspect. And well, I mean, as far as specs go, this isn't gonna be like a super specced out review. If you're curious to know, this thing does have a 2.8-inch internal display. Oh, an internal display. A 1.44-inch display around the front side. We also have Wi-Fi, there's Bluetooth here, there's an SD card slot, you know, it's got the works, right? Oh, and in case you were wondering about the pixel density here, the resolution is 320 by 240. And as far as the memory goes inside the storage, we have 4 gigabytes of internal storage. And wait for it, up to 32 gigabytes of SD card expansion. How about that? It does have a quad-core 1.1 gigahertz processor, and it's got an FM radio, and just, I mean, it's basically loaded with the essentials. The essential things you need to get through life, if getting through life with a cell phone is even a requirement. So I'll tell you, this thing has definitely taken a beating by me just using it regularly. It's kind of got a bunch of scratches on the front of the screen and on the inside. And I mean, overall it's in good shape. It's not beat up by any means, but if you drop it, the good thing is you're not gonna crack the display because there is no glass, there's no touch screen. Everything is done with the dial pad and the keys on the phone, like, you know, how things used to be. Now, I will say, the camera quality, oh gosh. But to be honest, you're not buying this thing for the camera. You're not buying this thing for the smart features. If you wanted that, you'd get a smartphone and not a flip phone. And like I said, okay, for me, using this thing very simply, first of all, like I said, it does have Google Assistant, which is actually very helpful on a phone with such a limited range of function in terms of the keypad not having a touchscreen. So you can literally pull up Google Assistant on here and ask it whatever you'd like, anything that you would normally ask Google Assistant. I do have the ability to check on my email here. I do have the ability to check on Twitter and YouTube. I can even watch, yes, tiny little YouTube videos on the screen, not on the inside. It's kind of cute. Now, this is not running Android. This is running Kai OS, and it's kind of a basic operating system. There's really not much to it. It gets the job done. There's actually a little app store here, which does have a few things in it, like WhatsApp, we have Facebook. I'm just kind of scrolling through these things. There's some games, you know, some basic things that you would find on a color screen flip phone. Again, none of this should be surprising, but really my experience here, it was really, really nice. I felt like whenever I picked up this phone, I was at ease completely because it literally takes away like 70% of the stress that comes with having a smartphone because, well, you can't really do much on here, and that is to your benefit. I promise you this. I wish that flip phones would make a comeback, like on a large scale. This kind of hybrid, like it's kind of got smart features, but it's definitely like a normal, boring flip phone, I think is a good combination. So right now, and I know that I'm not gonna be able to show you screen on time or anything like this, but the battery is at 4% right now, and I haven't charged this in a few days. Like, no joke. This thing, I mean, heck, it has a 1350 milliamp hour battery inside of it, and it lasts for days, like literally days. Again, no screen on time here or anything to show you with that because, well, it's not a smartphone, but it does last quite a while. Oh, and there's a speaker on the back, and guess what? Team headphone jack, you guys. We have a headphone jack on a 2019, phone, I guess? So setting this thing up is relatively simple. You can actually log in with your Google account, and it allows it to fetch data like your Gmail and your Google Assistant data, things like that. So you have everything basically on the phone here. I'll tell you too, I got some weird looks, like walking around like this or like flipping this up. People literally stopped me to ask about this, and they were like, oh, you use a flip phone? Like, I had people asking me about it's just a funny experience. I don't know I'm at a loss for words in terms of how that whole thing played out. Probably the best part about the battery on this is that it has a freaking standby time of nearly 18 days. You can just leave this and it'll be good, like on standby for up to almost 18 days. Honestly, I didn't have any problems using this for the time that I did, and it makes me question wanting a smartphone even more. Even though I know in my heart of hearts that I need to have a smartphone for the things that I do, it really just makes me wonder, like, how necessary are these super technological gadgets that we carry around? Of course, it does suck having a 2 megapixel camera that is just absolutely like potato status. That is not fun, because I do like to take me some pictures, and you have no front facing camera, and there's no portrait mode or anything like that. So missing those features, definitely, I feel that. But the simplicity that this kind of phone brings to your life, and has brought to my life anyway, over a week's time with it, was absolutely priceless. Now, like I said, this is a flip phone. It came out in 2019, and it's available for $100 on T-Mobile. So $100, you could get a smartphone for $100 easily. You can get a smartphone for less than $100, but you can also get a flip phone and make your life a lot more simple, if you ask me. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Call me crazy in the comments if you like, but I think that there's something to this whole minimalistic, hybrid, some smart features, but mostly dumb phone aspect of things. I think it's pretty cool. And on top of everything that I've mentioned, you can even mobile hotspot from this bad boy right here. You can send out a hotspot signal. It's got 4G LTE. It's got web browsing. It does everything that you want a basic phone to do. More than you would expect from a flip phone, but less than you would expect from a smartphone. I thought it was pretty cool. I'm not gonna continue using it forever. I cannot make that promise. But in the time that I used it, it's pretty awesome. I don't know. Let me know what you think about flip phones in 2019 in the comments section below. I enjoyed this a lot, and I have nothing else to say about it, so I want to know your thoughts. Leave them below. If you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up button, and also if you're new around here, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you can be notified the next time that I use a flip phone or put out a new video, things like that. I don't know. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I really appreciate it. This is Dom, and I will catch you in the next video.